Hey guys, and welcome to vlog number 31 of 2022. My camera battery is low, but I did get a new SD card today from Amazon, so that is awesome because I have been struggling with not having a new SD card. I was constantly having to delete footage, not fun. So I'm going to show you the other things I got from Amazon. So I got some makeup remover wipes. If you watched one of my last videos, I did not have any and it was a struggle, so we got those. So we did get a book that I couldn't find at Amazon last month, so they sent everything in little plastic bags now. I'm like, just throw the book in there. I don't need plastic over it. Come on, Jeff. I feel like I'm doing more damage trying to get it out of that because I'm bending it and all. So this is like a mass market paperback. I don't know if I got this one used or not, but maybe, because there's some light wear on the corners there. But this is 1632 by Eric Flint. Somebody recommended me this book. I don't remember who it was, but if it was you, shout out to you. 1632, in northern Germany, things couldn't get much worse. Famine, disease, religious war laying waste to the cities. Only the aristocrats remained relatively unscathed. For the peasants, death was mercy. 2000, things are going okay in Grantville, West Virginia, and everybody attending the wedding of Mike Stern's sister, including the entire local chapter of the United Mine Workers of America, which Mike leads, is gonna have a good time. Then everything changed when the dust settles. Mike leads a group of armed miners to find out what happened and finds the road into town is cut. As for the sword on the other side, so basically they time travel back to medieval times Germany. Is that medieval times? I don't know. So then I got a wig. I saw this company, Lemon Wigs, in a video. I can't remember what her channel is called, but I will leave a link to that video down below. And that lady basically showed me how to wear a wig the correct way, and I did in the last video where I was wearing a wig and it looked perfect and I got compliments and everything, so shout out to her. And I think she was doing a sponsorship with Lemon Wigs, so I checked them out. Apparently they're on TikTok. I don't have TikTok, so can't tell you much about that. But we are going to be reading today and hopefully finishing Lucas on the Line. So we're at season 4 now of where season 4 starts. We're starting today on page 225. So hopefully going to be finishing this. It's currently 2:50, so I'll be starting that in about 10 minutes. I did end up DNFing Straight Into the Darkness. This was at the title by Faye Kellerman. Just couldn't get into it. There was nothing I liked about it, nothing I hated about it either. So it was just a bland read for me, and I didn't want to waste any more time reading it. So I DNF'd it at 59%, I think it was. So since I did read over half, it is counting towards my Goodreads goal, but still it was a DNF, sadly. So you will see it in an unhaul video in the future. So I'm just gonna go put all of this stuff up now. And then this is sci-fi, by the way, to let y'all know what genre that is counted as. So I will catch up with y'all sometime later. So I just finished the book, Lucas on the Line. So definitely a 4 stars, so I did really enjoy it, but not my favorite out of the Stranger Things books. But I mean, they've done books on Robin and Max who are my favorites, so it's hard competition. But yeah, still really enjoyed my time. The thing what I think the downfall is that the characters just didn't have that same amount of chemistry that they have on the show. Like, this was very, very angsty, but what can you expect when the main characters are like 14 years old? So I mean, it's realistic. This is very, very realistic to the high school experience, and I can't say enough about that. Like, this is high school. This is like your freshman year of high school, where everything is new, everything is changing, friend groups, all of that kind of thing. Definitely very realistic and very relatable. even minus the paranormal aspect, like having the paranormal aspects, it's still very relatable and all. So we finished this. That was my goal for the day, was to finish that. So we will get into this at 9, probably maybe a little later than 9 because it is 8:23 right now. But I do need to find my next mood read. It's right over there in that stack right there. So I'm gonna get that and then come back and tell you what I'm gonna read next. I went ahead and wrote my book review very quickly because my mood reading book reviews aren't in depth as my like TBR book reviews. So my next mood read is going to be Book Lovers by Emily Henry. My first Emily Henry one, I'm very scared because this is an author that I know is very popular, and usually I'm like, they're like, it's very hyped is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, will it live up to the hype or not? But I did watch a video, Bookables, Heather, I watched her video that came out sometime this week. I don't know if it was today or earlier, but this was one of her favorite books so far of the year. But she has also liked People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read, which is books just haven't intrigued me, but this one just has intrigued me more so. So I bought this book, was it last week when I bought it? It came out this year, and it was one of my anticipated releases of the year, or it is one of my anticipated releases for the year. So I'll read y'all the final paragraph on the description. So if Nora knows she's not an ideal heroine, Charlie knows he's nobody's hero, but as they are thrown together again and again in a series of coincidences, no editor worth their salt would allow what they discover might just unravel the carefully crafted stories they've written about themselves. So I will be starting this tomorrow. It is a romance. So hopefully I enjoy this one. I'm seeing how long it is. I'm sorry for all the chaos in the background. But yeah, it's 373 pages, so an average length for a book, and it's romance, so it should read fast. So I hear somebody coming to visit me. Hi! Hi! You wanted to be in the vlog? Oh, taken to bed, okay. I am done reading for the day with Outlander and everything, so I got to chapter 55 here. I'm about to do the math to see how many pages read that is, and like it's 75% according to the Goodreads, according to the Kindle app. There's where we are. We did put in new annotation today. Y'all can't really see that, but we did that. So let me put into Goodreads what page I'm on. I'm on page 705. Which, yeah, on Goodreads it says I'm at 66%, and I don't know why. Like, it's hooked up with the Kindle app, but I'm going by the Kindle because that's what I'm reading on. So then let's do the math here to see how many pages I read. So 705 minus 668, 37 pages. Where is my pen? There is my pen. And then we're gonna do, yeah, this pen is dying on me, so I'm glad I got pens at Target the other day. But 37 plus 80. So I read 117 pages a day. So is that the second? Yeah, that's the second most this week. Good bit. I'm happy with that. So, I mean, I always just want to read over 100 pages a day. So when I do that, I'm satisfied. So tomorrow we will be starting Book Lovers by Emily Henry, my first Emily Henry book, my first romance book in a while. We're going to be reading several romances this month, it looks like, because I do have one on my TBR. And then I'm going in the order of my stack of new purchases. I got this book last week, so it is a new purchase. So that's why. That's how we're doing it this month in August for my mood reading, because like I bought these books wanting to read them, and it's all been in like the last week, which is crazy. But a lot of those, like half the stock, are books that I got for my birthday, so that my friends and my family got me. So I didn't buy all those books myself. So yeah, hopefully we get some packages tomorrow. I don't know, like my book of the month books or my unplugged book box. I'm wanting just new books. Yeah, I finally feel like I'm out of my reading slump. I've been watching BookTube like all day. I'm currently watching Books with Brittany's video that's New York City book shopping and vlog. This bookstore she's at right now, I don't know if it's the Strand. She's gone to several in this video. and this is like not the main location of the Strand, but the way the books, I'm looking at my screen, they're like categorized by country. Like there's a Russian section, Arabic section, so I don't know if these books are in the languages or if they're translated, but I'm like, I need to go there because I want to read. Like, I cannot find any books by like authors from Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan, and those are the countries that I am kind of fascinated. I was more fascinated on them a few months ago, but I'm like, I cannot find any books on Peru's my next country that I'm digging into on my into on my Latin American reading. So I'm like, why can't every bookstore be sorted like this? Yeah, I would love to go to New York just to go to bookstores. In DC, I went to two. I went to Second Story Books, which I went to three actually. So I went to Second Story Books, and then which is used books, and then I went to Kramer's, which is an indie bookstore, very popular. A lot of like politicians go there, even politicians. The Italian, are they called Prime Minister? I don't know, but like the person who's in charge of Italy went there recently whenever they were in America last. And then I went to the Amazon bookstore, which was like my favorite. I'm like, I'm gonna get canceled for that, but they closed all the Amazon bookstores, by the way. But it was so nice, and the people working there were awesome, and like I feel bad they like lost their jobs, but yeah, that's in Georgetown, and the other two are in DuPont Circle. So I was in that section of DC. I know like Capitol Hill has a lot of bookstores, but I never go to that area of DC. I definitely should, but just haven't. But I would just love to go to New York to go to bookstores. And this is like another random one I want to go to, which is, again, cancel me. I want to go to the Barnes & Noble that's on the harbor in Baltimore. This is the biggest Barnes & Noble I've ever seen, to put it nicely, to put it lightly. So I'm just really intrigued by it, even though I know Barnes & Nobles are the same everywhere, but still, I want to go to it. And I bet that Inner Harbor area of Baltimore probably has a lot of like bookstores and record stores. I was there like on a Sundays, so Sundays aren't really popping. I just went out to eat and that was like all I did. But I bet, and I walked around, but I'm sure they have a lot of cool stuff there. But yeah, I am talking too long. I need to get in bed, so I'm gonna go do that. And happy Sunday. So I just got back from my grandma's house, and the lighting is really bad. Let's see if I put y'all like over here, if that will be better, because this is a color that I'm trying to see if it's a color that looks good on me. But I will be filming like a sit down video tomorrow wearing the same outfit, so hopefully that'll be in better, that will definitely be in better lighting. If this camera, how I used to adjust the brightness, it doesn't do it like that anymore, so I don't know, maybe the camera is just old, being like a year old, because these Sony cameras don't last long. But yeah, so it's just a lot harder to adjust the brightness, and it's not worth it changing it for every single clip of a vlog, because it's like 20 some clips. And yeah, so I usually just adjust the brightness after, like when I'm editing the video. But yeah, so I was just working on clicker training. So I was reading the Pitbull subreddit, and that was one of the recommendations for pit bulls is to the dachshund mix is looking in. No. Yeah, it was one of the tips for training is clickers. So it did work very well. So basically, let's say she's jumping on me. So if she's jumping and jumping and jumping, I just keep doing the clicker until she stops. And when she stops, give her a niblet, or you can give your dog a milk bone, whatever. I just do the niblets of the dog food, and that worked very well. So hopefully that continues to work, but my battery is dying. But we're going to be starting this in a little bit, probably in about 5 minutes here. But Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Guys, it looks like Twilight out there. The movie Twilight. Everything's blue, that's what it looks like. Reading update now though. So I've read a little over a quarter of the book, 26%, which is a little over 100 pages. So I'm definitely enjoying it. I like the characters. I like how it's we have some like family stuff as well, like the main character and her sister are on this vacation together to get away from the city and all of that. And then I like the atmosphere, the setting. Well, I like it, but I do think there's some things that are maybe a little off for small town North Carolina, but I'm not from the western part of the Carolinas, so I can't really account for exactly how like mountain towns are, but just from what I know, I think a few things are off, and it's kind of funny. So the male character is from this small town, and he's a book editor, and the girl who he was editing a novel for wrote a book in this town about that, well, that takes place in the town, and he hated it because he was like, it's obvious she hasn't Googled this place in 20 years or has ever visited there. And I'm like, but I don't know. I have no idea where Emily Henry's from or anything, so watch her be from like Asheville. Oh, Cincinnati. But so there's that. But I do like the banter between our two love interest, these two. I'm liking it. I don't know if I ship it yet, but I am liking the banter between them. So I am enjoying this. It's like a 4-star right now. There's nothing wrong with it. I am enjoying my time. So it's 8:34 right now, so I'm just gonna have some dessert. And I did go to the grocery store. Literally my fastest like grocery trip ever. I just bought cat food, whipped cream, and crab cakes. What an assortment. But that's what I got. And Kevin Harvick won the race today, which he's one of my favorite veteran drivers. So this was his first win in like 65 races, I think I saw. So that's awesome when a driver who hasn't won in a while gets the win. The old man can still do it, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna eat dessert, chill for a little bit, and then get back into reading. Okay, let's end out Sunday. So I'm done reading for the day. I read 116 pages in here, which is 29% of the book. It would have been nice to read like one more page, or at least 2 more pages, to read more pages than yesterday, and hopefully to have got to 30%. But I mean, I can't complain about 116 pages. I want to get that much done in a day every day. So I am enjoying it. No new thoughts from what I was saying earlier. So we're not going to read any of Voyager today, since I did read over 100 pages in here. I don't feel the need to pick up my ebook, and in this I'm at 66% for those of you who may have forgotten from when we mentioned it earlier. So that's where we are in that. And then we will be starting this book tomorrow, which is a YA fantasy. Did I get this on Book Outlet? I think I got it on Book Outlet. I don't know, but it is The Candle in the Flame by Nafisa Azad. So we'll be starting this in the 6 o'clock hour tomorrow. So let's see if there's like a description I can give you here. So a girl with the fire of a Dingini, is that how you say it? I've heard that word before, but I've seen it written out. I've just never heard it spoken. Okay. A city sacred by violence. So Nafisa Azad weaves an immersive tale of extraordinary magic and the importance of names, fiercely independent women, enticing food, and perhaps most importantly, the work for harmony within a city of 1,000 religions, cultures, language, and cadences. I'm not familiar with that word. So ooh, the writer is from Fiji. That's an interesting place to be from, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody from there. But she currently lives in British Columbia. British Columbia is a really nice place. Hold on, what were the pronouns? She? Yeah, okay. So this is quite short for a fantasy. I don't know if this is a standalone or a series, but it's only about 300 and something pages. And we will, ooh, I love when they have the chapters listed. That is so, it just makes it so much easier to see. So how many chapters am I wanting to read a day? 13 chapters a day, which I totally have it marked wrong. I have it where that would be reading 12 chapters a day. So hold on. Okay, it looks like these chapters are quite short as well. So if I do get all of that read tomorrow, I won't need to pick up Outlander again. But you know, so these are our 3 current reads: fantasy, romance, and then whatever you want to consider Outlander. It's like 3 genres. And 1, I would say historical fiction, romance, sci-fi. But I think only maybe a few of the books I would consider sci-fi. I think the majority would be historical fiction, just in my personal opinion. I'm not gonna get too much into that. because spoilers. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. I'm going to go get a shower now, and yeah, what else am I gonna be doing? I'm gonna get a shower, and then ooh, I pre-ordered the Elvis movie, and it comes out, I don't know if it comes out tomorrow or on Tuesday, but I will be watching that one of these days. But it's 9:30, so I really have to go. I will see y'all tomorrow. And happy Monday. So we're actually filming like earlier than I usually would on a Monday, just because I got my book of the month package. I'm kind of mashing that package, but I really wanted to open it, and I do want to get some reading. And because usually on Monday I don't get the 3 hours, and I usually only get about 2, and really it's only, yeah, it's 2. I was like, is it 2.5 or 2? So we will be starting this in a few minutes, but first we have this. So here we go. Okay, so my pick for the month is The Many Daughters of Afong Moy by Jamie Ford. This one just sounded right at my alley for compared to like other books that I've loved this year. So I'm going to read y'all a few of the description part of it. So the best-selling author returns with a powerful exploration of the love and loss that binds one family of women across generations. I love generational tales, but so a painful recollections affect her present life. Dorothy discovers that trauma isn't the only thing that she's inherited. A stranger is searching for her in each time period, a stranger who's loved her through all of her genetic memories. Dorothy endeavors to break the cycle of pain and abandonment to finally find the peace for her daughter and to gain love that has long been waiting, knowing she may pay the ultimate price. So this kind of has sci-fi elements as well, and I think we do have like historical fiction too, so just a really big combination of genres. The writer grew up in Seattle and lives in Montana now, but okay, that was saying his great-grandson is the great-grandson of a Nevada mining pioneer, Min Chung, who immigrated from Huiping, maybe pronouncing that wrong, China, to San Francisco, where he adopted their Western name Ford, thus confusing countless generations. Yeah, that, a lot of times when people immigrate, they change names. Like, even, like, let's say they change, my German ancestors are a perfect example. Coming to the United States, the name was Vogelbach, and then changed it to Birdsong along the way. So it can be difficult going through working on ancestry stuff, and even names that in recent generations, so y'all know my last name, so it changed spellings in like the last 200 years. So people in North Carolina have it spelled one way and people in South Carolina have it spelled one way. So it's kind of interesting how that stuff works out. But then we have another book, which is one of my most anticipated books of the year. I hope I don't win this on Goodreads because I've entered like so many giveaways for it, but it's Mercury Pictures Presents by Anthony Mara. It says literary fiction. I thought this was more historical fiction, but we'll see. The epic tale of a brilliant woman who must reinvent herself to survive, moving from Mussolini's Italy to 1940s Los Angeles. Oh, sounds so good. A timeless story of love, deceit, and sacrifice from the award-winning author of A Constellation of Vital Phenomena. Haven't heard of that. So, written with intelligence, wit, and exhilarating sense of possibility, Mercury Pictures Presents spans many moods, tones, from the heartbreaking to the ecstatic. It is a love letter to life's bit players, a panorama of the era that cast a long shadow over our own, and a tour de force by a novelist whose work the Washington Post calls a flash in the heavens that makes you look up and believe in miracles. And the writer lives in Connecticut, so they both live in places I've been. But yes, so those are the books I chose this month. And then our bookmark over here. Read like your TBR is watching. Definitely, I have to have a TBR list. If I don't, y'all can look at last month's vlogs. I do nothing if I don't have a TBR. So we got those. I will leave a link down below in the pinned comment. Not sponsored, but if you guys would like to start a book of the month subscription for yourself, and it will get me a free book and you a free book. The price has gone up by $1, but hasn't everything in the United States anyway. I don't know about the whole world, but it's $10.99 now, but still that is like $20 cheaper than a hardback would be typically, so I definitely recommend it still. But I'm going to get into starting The Candle and the Flame, so YA fantasy. We're going to start that now and read for the next hour because I have an hour till I have to go walk the dogs, so I'm going to read in that time. Oh, how well you guys can see, I don't think you can actually see it, but imprinted on the cover of the book is the title, which is something unique. I don't really see that often, so pretty cool there. I totally meant to vlog before I let the dogs out, but here I am all sweaty. But this book, I think the audiobook would be the route to go. I'm only 4% into it, so do take that in mind. Here's where I'm at. I read right there the prologue and then the first 2 chapters. So there's a lot, like, I'm not really familiar with Middle Eastern mythology. Again, this is all ignorance on my part, so it's nothing really to do with the book, but just I know maybe some people in the West may struggle with this. So I feel like the audiobook might be the route to go because I am not really familiar with this mythology, so I don't know how to pronounce the stuff. Just the world building, I think this is in the real world, as it says on the Silk Road, and Islam is their religion in here. So the characters are Muslims. So it's my ignorance that is playing a big part in me not understanding like any of this. And that was my same issue with Straight into Darkness, which was the last book I read on my TBR, is that it was just so very German. The names, I was just getting very confused and all of that. So I'm scared that's gonna be an aspect here. So I'm debating on picking up the audiobook because I'm like, I've already read 17 pages. Should I pick up the audiobook? Like, I don't like to pick up audiobooks when I've already started the book, but I feel like I might need to do the audiobook for this just to enhance the experience. But other than that, the writing has been very great. It's very good for YA. I honestly don't expect a ton from YA. As we saw in Lucas on the Line, that writing was just very basic. But here, I do think just the descriptions of the desert and all of that I thought was very beautifully done, especially in the prologue is where I found like the most beauty in writing. But I am going to go get ready for the day now and then film my TBR video and then go out and get some lunch, and then I will talk to y'all later. Here's today's look. I literally only have eyeshadow, eyeliner, and blush on. Like, cute. That is what wearing colors your season does to you. It just makes you look very nice. So, you know. So, let's see how this would look. So, yeah, I'm sorry about the dog whining. Can't help that. Like, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. She was mad I was in there filming her reels and that I left. So, but I can't be in that room 24/7. Yeah, those rooms with the high ceilings get so hot. It's really annoying. Yeah. So there's more of my paints. No, more hair fell out on that side than this side. But right now, I don't really care because I got done filming and I took pictures. I did my first garage set of pictures in forever because I just was feeling it today. I look good. I feel good. I'm out of my slump. I feel good mentally, feel good physically. So I'm just really happy. And so I'm glad that I got all of that filming done and all of that. So we are going to switch to the audiobook. I definitely need to buy it. Can I do it on the computer? Can I? I don't know. But I'm going to see if I can because I want to. And I just saw that Olivia Newton-John passed away. And that's so sad because Grease is one of my all-time favorite movies. And then just like her songs like physical. Yeah, obviously really liked her, so rest in peace to her. Yeah, so I did want to make note of that. I know I sound really peppy, I'm sorry. But I'm going to go buy that audiobook now and then go out and get lunch. Well, I feel like I'm zoomed in. I guess not. So I did try to film 2 ASMR videos. Well, I did film one. I just wish I knew how to film overhead things. It's nearly impossible. I have to film really zoomed out and then zoom in editing. It's super annoying having to crop it and all of that. I wish that I like knew how to do stuff, but apparently I suck. I'm joking, but I mean, I do wish I knew how to do stuff, but like, I'm not having a pity party. But so I listened to the first chapter 3 on the audiobook. This audiobook sucks. This narrator doesn't know what they're doing. No, that's like really extremely rude, but it's basically reading like a robot. But also, I pronounced everything wrong in my TBR video. I'm like, I'm gonna look so dumb. So dumb. I'm like, why did I even upload it? No, I haven't even uploaded it. I'm like, why did I film it? So, you know, life. But we're gonna get back to listening to this audiobook. So we finished part 1, so I'm on page 79 now. So it looks like we're not gonna get any of this in or any of Outlander in because I still need to read this in the 9 o'clock hour. I have about 40 pages left if I did my math correctly. So let me put into Goodreads what page I'm on. I'm on page 79. So we are at 19%. That right there, that's 19%. So my thoughts, let's set all that to the side. So it's, what am I saying? I already said all that. So the story is one that has been told many times in YA fantasy, where there's a magic war like in a different realm, and it's bleeding into the human world. So other instances where I've seen this is The Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, then The Crown's Game, I don't remember who wrote that, and then there was another book that I unhauled. I'm gonna see what that is. So this is such a common story, and we do have to remember this book was published probably in like 2018, so at the time, who knows if this was like extremely common. I honestly don't remember. And where, oh, Night Spinner is the other one. It's very reminiscent of Night Spinner. That's what it really reminds me of. Night Spinner is a more recent book though, so it's reminded me of those books where there is like a chosen girl who's probably gonna save the world, who knows. And this is a standalone fantasy, to let y'all know. So Babia is my favorite. She's a princess in this world. And also I'm starting to see like with the royal family, some slang words they used. I have heard in Asha's ASMR, I think that's her channel name. Her videos are like Indian inspired, so I don't know if maybe this is an Indian inspired fantasy and not Middle Eastern, or maybe there's a mix. I don't know, because I don't know when this takes place, because it said they're on the Silk Road, but then like 9-story apartment buildings, was that a thing back when the Silk Road was a thing? I don't know, because I don't think this takes place in the real world, but there is real world religions, real world languages, but no other mention of real world things, so I'm kind of confused by that. Yeah, we're confused. That is what is happening with this story. I feel like I had more to say, but I can't think right now. So I'm gonna go have some dinner. I'm gonna have some leftover lasagna that I made yesterday, and then, oh, I am thinking about going back to Twitch streaming. I haven't streamed since like November, maybe. I think it was since before I went to DC, and I didn't stream after that because literally I got the COVID booster shot and that knocked me out for like a day. It was my anxiety. It wasn't even the shot that gave me like, yeah. And then I was so tired from traveling, and I didn't get seasonal depression this year, but still the holidays are a tiring time, even if they're my favorite. So I do think I'm gonna start streaming again. I don't know what my schedule is going to be. I don't know when like what time I'm gonna stream. I know it won't be on weekends because weekends are just they're hectic. Everyone's home and I hate it. I hate weekends. That's just a thing. I love weekdays. I love my alone time, all of that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about streaming, so maybe if you guys have some suggestions, let me know in the comments. It's gonna be mainly playing like Fortnite, Webkins, no longer Club Penguin because the mouse killed it. But I am going to go eat my dinner now. It is 9 o'clock and time to read, and of course the Wi-Fi had to go out, which is one of my biggest pet peeves, that I have to reboot this Wi-Fi every single day almost. So I totally do not recommend Spectrum Wi-Fi. I probably say this in like every vlog, but they're like my biggest pet peeve. So we are going to get back into reading here. What page? I think we're starting on page 79. I don't have my Goodreads up because the Wi-Fi went out, so I can't tell you exactly what page, but we are about to get into that. So if you're wondering, I am writing down my notes. This was from last month, but the one starting in the blue is this month. My notes for my books on my TBR, so I can write a review that will be in my wrap up at the end of the month. So yes, I am taking notes, like physical notes as well while reading this, but I'm not annotating the book. I annotate my books every other month because then I would never have books to unhaul if I annotated every book that I read. So my computer is back on now. I'm going to get into reading and then talk to y'all after that. We're done reading for the day, 125 pages, which is fantastic. So I do need to see where we need to get to tomorrow with our reading, but let's see what percent we're at first. So we read 30% of the book today, so 30%, very good. This is like a 2-star for me, which, I mean, that's not really great, but you know, that's what I'm thinking right now, and usually around a quarter of the way in, I know what I'm going to rank the book. I can put that away. Well, I have a lot of junk back there, but I did think Fatima, I'm already forgetting how to say it. Okay, we're just gonna say, so the main character, I do think she got better with the first few chapters of part 2, but then when she goes back home to like her sister and friends, I'm like, she's a jerk. So yeah, her character is like even going more downhill. Like it was like, oh, going up and now we're going back down. So there's that. So let's see how many we need to read tomorrow. So what is 13 plus 13? I have no idea. Is it 29? Maybe? 13 plus 13 is 26. I am dumb. So we want to find chapter, oh yeah, I totally forgot we have our thing right here. And we do have the list of characters, which is very helpful. I wish we had a map too, and maybe a list of all the different kinds of species, I guess, like human species. Like there's humans and then there's the 2 other things, so I don't know what that's called. So 26 is what we're looking for. Well, 27, so 265. So the chapters in here aren't long. I'm gonna say the longest one has been like hold on, there's where I was supposed to get to. The longest one's been like 11 pages, so that's not bad at all. So we want to get to page 265 tomorrow, so about 140 pages. So I did speed up the audiobook to the 2.0 speed, and then for the chapters I had to read in the 10 o'clock hour, I went to 2.5 speed because audio narrator I just feel like is really slow. My typical, what I typically listen at is 1.7, and I probably will go back to, no, I'll probably go back to 2.0 tomorrow, but since I am reading later than I usually do, I did want to just get through it faster. So that is the plan for tomorrow. This is the only book we got into reading today, so hopefully we do get into the other 2, or maybe just even another 1 tomorrow. Hair on my face. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys had a happy Monday. I know Monday's a stressful day for a lot of people, and I did have some stress today, but I also had a really good day as well. As I told y'all, health-wise and everything, mental and physical. I got my video edited, so I went ahead and did that. So I am all good for YouTube for the week and Facebook for the week. So I am just ahead of schedule, which is really nice. I'm not good with YouTube for the week because then I'll have to edit this vlog, but for the sit-down video and ASMR, I am good. So I'm just going to get in bed now, and I've been watching some movie, totally blanking on the name. Let's see here. No, I'm just watching like 45 minutes at a time. Summer Days, Summer Nights. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it is something to pass the time, and it's fine. I like it. I like the vibes. It has a good soundtrack, and there are some good actors in here, but it's this very slice of life, 80s, summer, can't go wrong with that. You can't really go wrong with that. So I mean, yeah, it's like a 3 stars average, but I will be getting the Elvis movie tomorrow. I have it pre-ordered, so that one I do expect to be like a masterpiece, because I can see that director's name in my mind, but I don't know how to pronounce it. He also did The Great Gatsby, which is one of my all-time like top 5 favorite movies, probably my 4th favorite movie. So I have high expectations for Elvis, and I can't wait to watch that. But I'm gonna watch this, whatever, the Summer Days, Summer Nights, whatever it was called. I'm gonna go watch that. And happy Tuesday. So let's talk about what I've done so far today. So I started my day literally by watching a movie, which is like so weird, but I woke up at 10 and now it's like I have time. So I started the Elvis movie. I still have like an hour left because it's basically a 3-hour movie. It's good, but it's not great. Like, it definitely did not live up to my expectations. It's just a bit all over the place, and then the volume has really driven me crazy. Some scenes will be really loud, and then some scenes are really quiet, so I'm constantly having to change the volume of my computer, which is really annoying. And it just like glazed over the 60s. I don't know, like I wanted to see his relationship with Priscilla more, I guess, and all of that, but it just kind of was like, he met her in Germany. They have one scene of them like hanging out in Germany, and then it's like bam, 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 bam. Like they got married, they had a kid, and here we are in 1968. Yeah, totally forgot to do lip balm, but yeah, I'm just not loving it. I thought it was going to be a lot better than it is. Top Gun Maverick is a way better movie, to let y'all know, but obviously everything is personal preference, and obviously they're 2 completely different kind of movies. But I mean, I do think like the acting's great. I think the cinematography is good. The color, like the colors, I don't know what you would call that. I think that's good. I think it was well written, but yeah, just a bit all over the place. But that's the thing with the movies, like, we'll use Ridley Scott for an example. I love The Last Duel, top 5 favorite movie for me. And then I fell asleep literally watching House of Gucci. Did not like House of Gucci that much. It was good, but it wasn't great. So that's with this, with Boz, can't remember the last name. Love The Great Gatsby, again, another top 5 movie for me. But Elvis just isn't hitting it for me. No, maybe, like, I know all the songs in the movie, so it's not like it's, like, ignorance or anything. But, I'm not a huge Elvis fan as it is, and oh my gosh, why my nose is hurting. But, yeah, I haven't had, like, anything to drink today. That's really bad. I need to go get water. But, so yeah, I'm just not loving it. So then I ordered Italian food, and because I'm just doing everything early today except get into my reading because it's 3:15. So I ordered my Italian food. I go to the place and they were like, we didn't get your order. I'm like, here's my receipt. And they did find it, and so I got my Italian food, ate that, watched more of the movie, and I still have like an hour left because it is extremely long. So I'm like, why can't they make Bohemian Rhapsody this long? I would have loved that. But yeah, so there's all those updates. So we're gonna start on page 125 today. We have a lot of reading to get to in here today. We want to get all the way to here, so we want to read all of that chunk right there. So we are going to get into that. I need to get my headphones on my iPad to jump into the page 162 in that sitting. So that was almost 40 pages. We have about 100 more pages that we want to read today. So when I was putting these books on my TBR, I must have not had been at my halfway point to my goal yet. So they are still like, if I was giving myself 3 days to read this book, when really I do have 5 days. So I am allowed to lag a little bit, but I would obviously prefer not to. So we are at 39%. Don't know if I said that, but yeah, basically the same thoughts. We have all our characters kind of together now. And yeah, and I really don't care. Bavia is my favorite, so hopefully that does mean we are going to get more content of her. But we will just have to see. But it does look like we're just going to be focusing on the Candle and the Flame again today and not getting to Book Lovers or Voyager. But it is only 4:15, so we still have a lot of day left. And I need to take these things off my face. So skincare routine done for the daytime. And yeah, so I am going to have a snack, get something to drink, maybe watch more of the Elvis movie. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do right now. Very off topic, but like while I was sitting here listening to the audiobook, I was like, I need to add ice cream to my Target list. And then I saw the basket that I've literally been wanting for months was back in stock, only one in stock. So I got to use the gift card that I got for my birthday and get $25 off of this like $75 basket because it's a blanket basket and I am very much in need of one. And I finally got it. It's gonna match my TV stand perfectly, like the color of the wood and all. It's in Studio McGee, Threshold by Studio McGee's line, and I am just so happy. I wonder how big this package is going to be, but like I needed it because I just really needed it. They don't sell it at my store for some reason. I don't know why that is. I've seen it in videos of it in stores, but my stores just never got it. But I did want to update that. But I really need to feed the cats. I still have about 50 minutes of reading, but I totally forgot to feed the cats. I'm not that late, like I'm like an hour late, but still I need to go feed them. Yeah, I'm feeding the dude. Yeah. Look. Oh, okay. I won't get too close. Your food is here now. I'm sorry that I'm late. I hope you have a good day. Stay safe and have a nice meal. Okay guys, so we are done reading for that hour. It's 7:40, so I'm late and I have to clean the dog cage and eat dinner and all of that. But we have read over 100 pages today. We have 3 more chapters that we need to read, which is about 40 pages. So we will be doing that in the 9 o'clock hour. So once again, this is the only book that we're reading today, but I do have some new thoughts. So I realized I have no idea what the main characters look like. Like they have not been described looks-wise at all. So who knows what they look like? Like I have an idea in my head of just what I'm picturing, but it's never like explicitly said what they look like. I mean, obviously okay, I can't reach the dust jacket. We had that, so we can assume that's what Fatima looks like, but for like the Amir and all, we don't know what they look like. And speaking of the Amir, I think he's gonna turn to the bad side. I don't know. I feel like that may just be me loving villain stories and villain arcs. Like, can Will Byers have one? Yeah, I just love villains, so I'm like, can it happen? Can he like betray everybody? Thanks. So let's actually see what percent we're at now. So I'm on page 227. 227. So I'm at 55% right there. So we've read the majority of the book now. I did have something. Oh yeah, we need to talk about new releases. So I will go, I don't know what week these come out, but we have Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter, which is a thriller. I do know this was you can choose this as your book of the month this month. So again, if you want to click that link in the comment, not sponsored, you can choose this one. And then we have another one that I don't remember. Oh no, it's right there. It's The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie by Rachel Linden. Now by that title, you're gonna think it's like romance or contemporary, but it's actually fantasy, but I think it's more of like a cozy fantasy. Those have been gaining popularity recently, which I think is kind of fascinating. So if you guys are interested in either of those, they do come out this month. But I do see a thing right here, the 7 great books hitting the shelves this week. There's The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell, which is thrillers, mystery, suspense. I do know that's a popular author. Haven't read anything by them though. So then we have You're Invited. I do think this was also a book of the month pick, and this is by Amanda Jayatisha, which is, it's a mystery, thriller, suspense, week-long Sri Lankan weddings gone wrong. Very like spot on there. This one, it's kind of drawing my interest, is After the Hurricane by Leah Franke. It's contemporary fiction, mysteries, missing person stories. So it takes place in Puerto Rico. So I'm going to open that link in a new tab. And then we have A Map for the Missing by Belinda Haijan Tang. It's historical fiction, debut novels, and stories about China just after the Cultural Revolution. I think this was another one that was a book of the month pick this month. Then we have The Last Karankawas by Kimberly Garza. So you should read this book if you like contemporary fiction, literary fiction, debut novels. And I'm seeing that it takes place in southern Texas. Two of my favorite books from this year and last year have taken place in Texas, so I am going to open that link in a new tab. I don't know why that is, why I like a Texas setting. And then we have The Making of Her by Bernadette Jiwa. Ooh, this is another one that I'm gonna have to open another tab, which is historical fiction, debut novels, Dublin in the 1990s, but it's dual timelines with Dublin in the 1960s as well. So I am really wanting to write something in the 90s, and then the 60s are like my go-to decade, really love. And our last one is a nonfiction, and it is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I have been seeing so much about this book. I don't know if it's one that I'm necessarily going to pick up, but I mean, I obviously really liked Jeanette McCurdy growing up. I don't know much of what she's doing now except this book, but it's nonfiction memoirs, child actors, and those seemingly inevitable child actor problems. So I'm just gonna have to see what more people think of it, but I did open only 2 tabs, really. Oh, I meant to open the Dublin one, hold on. Yeah, but I really need to go clean the dog cage because there are stuffings all over and they need to be picked up, and I need to eat dinner as well. I'm having leftover lasagna. Again, I had tortellini for lunch, lasagna for dinner. We're just very Italian here. I have 0 Italian DNA actually, but you know. So I'm gonna go do all of that. When you get done with all that you need to get done, right exactly on time to start reading. So satisfying. So did I say we have like 3 more chapters to read tonight? Yeah, we have 3, so we're gonna do them at the 2.5 speed. We have about, I think I said 40 pages left to read tonight, so we are going to get into that now. Okay, so we are done reading for the day. We read 140 pages. That is a ton, so we will get into finding out what percentile we are on later. But a note that I took is we have a love triangle, and then I realized it was a love square. They're so unnecessary. Why do we have to have that? Why do we even have to have romance in this? I did see that this is the author's debut novel. Now this did come out a few years ago, so the author may have more books now, so we do have to cut some slack there. I do think that she is a good writer, and there are just some things that need improving on, like character development and world building are the main 2, but the writing is good and is the highlight of the novel. So let's all put into Goodreads what page we are on. 265 it was. So we are at 64%. Let me show y'all what that looks like. Right there, that's 64% of a book. So let's see, 26 plus 13, is it 39? Yes, it is. So that's where we want to read to tomorrow. We might read a little bit more than that just to finish out the book, but I don't have to. It's fine if I don't. So that's where we want to get tomorrow. So 140 pages read. Need to put that in my reading journal here. This pen that I've been using, it has a phone number on it. It died, so we are using this one now that I got from an eBay seller with an order. So we read I can't do math. What's it? 40 minus 25. I don't know, but we read a good bit more than yesterday, and that is always a great thing to read more than the previous day. So I am pleased with that. I'm happy with that. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Wednesday, Target Day. Knock on wood, because last time I was like, it's gonna be Target Day. I didn't end up going until like 2 days later. So yeah, knock on wood. Hey guys, it is Wednesday. The album of the day is Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi. That is what Spotify suggested for me to listen to. So I literally had to pause Living on a Prayer because that was what was playing when I was done getting ready. So it's 92 degrees. There's probably a heat advisory, I would say. There's a little red dot. But I don't know. It's not saying. But the AC went out. So we are in the dog days of summer. This is not an ideal time for the AC to go out. And it just updated to 93 degrees. Now, it's personally, I feel fine. Like, I am actually kind of cold in here. It's 70 something in my house still. And so somebody is coming out sometime today to look at the AC. Basically, it'll turn on for like 3 minutes and then just stop. So hopefully it's something they can fix just in one day. If not, I'm probably gonna have to go stay at a hotel, which I think I'd be fine, but my dad was like, oh, I don't want to go stay at a hotel. But I'm like, I'm fine. So like, why do we have to go stay at a hotel? But, so that may happen. Who knows? I personally don't really want it to happen because I don't like the apple cart to be upset. I like having my personal schedule. I like having my own space and all of that. So I would prefer not to stay at a hotel. But, and with monkeypox, I heard like people get it from like hotel bed sheets and I'm like, nope. So that's fun. But we are starting on page 265 in here today. We should finish this book today. There is a chance that we could. We might finish it tomorrow though, but we will be finishing it in this vlog. So that is only is like fun. And oh my gosh, I just thought about hotel Wi-Fi. Please, Lord, please don't make me stay in a hotel. Please let them be able to fix it today. Just praying on here, you know? That's literally not how I pray, but you know. Let's open up the Audible app here. President Biden is vacationing in the state. I don't know if I said that, so that's kind of interesting because I feel like with Trump, he would probably, I don't know, did Trump, he was in Florida like every week anyway, but, and then Obama, did Obama ever vacation? He probably did. I know like his daughter, one or both went to like Nantucket before, but I feel like nobody's ever come here, but it makes sense since Biden is from the mid-Atlantic. I see those cars all the time, so it would make sense for somebody from there to come here. But yeah, so interesting tidbits, you know, just letting y'all know about everything that's happening here. So yes, we're starting on page 265 at 64%. Let's get into it. Okay, we got to page 298, so that is over 30 pages read. With the romance in this, I literally feel no chemistry between those characters, but I mean, that's typical for YA fantasy. So we'll be listening at 2.5 later, and that will give us an hour and 10 minutes left of the book, so it's definitely doable to finish today. So let's put into Goodreads what page I am on. As I said, it's page 298, chapter 31, I think it was. I read 4 chapters then. So yeah, we are at 72% right there. We had that much left. We have 70 some pages left to read today if we don't finish and leave the 1 chapter to read tomorrow. Still debatable, so I need to take these things off my face. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I have no idea when I'm going to go to Target. I just need caffeine. I don't know if I talked about it, but yesterday I wanted a Pepsi so bad. But obviously I couldn't get one at like 11 o'clock at night. And I'm still wanting one, but I have to wait for like the air conditioning people. And it's literally like, I just want caffeine. I only get it once a week. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill and I'll find something to do, don't worry. All right, it is 9 to 6, so 5:51, and I have not gone to Target yet. And as I talked about earlier, I absolutely hate my Apple Cart being rocked, so my schedule not working out. I am frustrated, like I want to cry because I'm like, I don't want to read right now because I didn't go to Target, so I don't feel like I can read. So it's because I'm waiting on the AC people still. So the internet or Google said they close at 5. So we call and are like, are y'all still coming? And they're like, yeah. It's almost 6 and nobody has still showed up. yeah, and I'm just like, I really want that soda. I just want that soda so bad. And I'm like, if I go to Target, I know the guy will call and be like, I'm on my way. Like right time I walk into Target, I just know that would happen. So I'm not at a hotel yet. Reservations are booked, but I think I might stay here and let my family stay at a hotel just because I don't like being disturbed that much. And I know if I go, I'm not gonna read it at all. That's not gonna happen. I never read at hotels. It's extremely rare if I do. So basically just letting out frustrations right now. Yeah, it's 92 outside. I have no idea what it is inside. I know it's over 80 now. I can survive, but I mean, obviously it's not that comfortable, but I mean, I really don't want to go to a hotel. And that would be Penny and my dad going and me staying here with Delilah and Fred. I don't want to deal with Delilah either, to be honest. Because that dog, she'll listen to my dad to get in the crate, but will not listen to me. She will sightsee around the whole house and it's so frustrating. But yeah, I just really want a Pepsi. That's all I want is a Pepsi. I was like, what if I told Izzy? I'm like, can you bring me a Pepsi? No. And Target's just like my happy place. I'm like, I want to go, but I can't. It's sad. So I'm gonna try to start reading in 7 minutes. But it probably won't go too well. Okay, so the repair people are here, I'm assuming, but I just got done reading for the 6-7 o'clock hour. I could have read a whole lot more, but honestly I was just mad. But we have like maybe 25 minutes left of the audiobook and we will be picking it back up at 9. We're on page 357 now. We have 3 to read left. Let's see if Goodreads will load, because Goodreads is like the slowest website. Okay, there it goes. 357. Yeah, we are at over 50 pages in that sitting. We actually are like over 60. So we're at 86% of the way. So definitely is doable to finish today. Who knows if it will happen. Because if I do go to a hotel, it's going to be at 9. And I mean, maybe even a little before that, since the people are here, we're just going to pray that's not a part that's messed up and the part they don't have. Because that means they'll have to order it and then we have to wait for that. And that'll just be really frustrating. So hopefully it's something that they can fix right now. But I'm gonna eat some dinner. Again, leftover lasagna. I've had Italian for breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. It's just that kind of day. Really wish I had soda, but I don't. So we're just going to try to survive. Guys, I got to Target. The AC is fixed and all, but the 9 o'clock reading hour is not gonna happen because I had to go to Target like at 9. So I much rather go to Target than read at 9. And I'm not gonna bath tonight either because it's 9:27 right now and I usually get my bath at 9:30. So we're just chilling out here. But I am very happy that I have air conditioning again. Yeah, they were awesome, so shout out to them for fixing my AC. And they said they have 2, maybe 3 more people to go to. I'm like, dude, it's like 9 o'clock at night. Like, I felt bad for having them here at 7 o'clock. Like, so at least I'm not the latest people. But yeah, so there's all of that. That is all for Wednesday. I didn't get any food, like, no, I didn't get anything other than food at Target, so I don't really have anything to show y'all. But I'm gonna go like devour all the sweets that I got. Pepsi ice cream. Yeah, they didn't have French vanilla ice cream. It sold out before I got there, so I had to get natural vanilla, but like, it's fine. Not my favorite vanilla, but ice cream's ice cream. I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, I totally didn't see how many pages we were at today, so I do need to do that. So 357 minus 265, we get so close to 100 pages, but it is okay. We are still going to finish this book a day early because I had it scheduled to finish on Friday. So on Friday, we are going to get to read Book Lovers by Emily Henry all day and then probably sprinkle in some Outlander, but you never know. So we need to do math right now. 357 minus 265 is 92 pages, which obviously that is still pretty good. I would have liked to have read like 8 more pages, but some days you just can't get it done. But I am still thankful that I did have time to read today, because like I knew if I went to a hotel I probably wouldn't get any reading done. So yeah, we unbooked the hotel and all of that, and they still gave us the little goodie bag that you get when you check in, which was nice. I have goldfish now and a water bottle, so and then there were like cookies in it, but I'm not a chocolate person. I don't like chocolate. But we are at 86% for when we get into reading tomorrow, and the book cover is all the way over there. So we only read this today again, but we will be finishing it tomorrow. Ooh, I have 5 messages. Ooh, can't wait to read all about that. But yeah, so I hope you guys had a happy Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow on Thursday for finishing. Happy Thursday, guys. So here's the basket. I don't know if I ordered it in this vlog or the last. I thought it would be maybe a little bit bigger, but I mean, this is still a really good size. So this is, if you guys would like to purchase your own, they're probably out of stock right now, but that is all the info, and I got it for like $25 off, which is really nice. So weight limit's 20 pounds. I'm hoping a comforter can fit in here. I guess if I fold it enough times it will, but I really want to get, sorry, Dee doesn't want me filming right here, but I want to fit that in there because I think the blankets are what really clutters my room. So we'll hope this does the job. Hey guys, it's Izzy here, and it is Thursday, so we are about to get to reading. I just got back from walking Delilah, so that is nice to go walk your dog. If you haven't, I recommend going to go walk your dog. So I actually got some gifts and I wanted to show them. So this little ornament, like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then obviously it's handmade, and that just is only so special. So there is Teddy, and here is the shirt. I love this color, like blue's turning into my favorite color. But there he is. So he was a dog at the Humane Society of North Myrtle Beach. I'm gonna leave a link down below in the pinned comment to like his story and all, and if there is like a place to donate money, I think that'd be really awesome if you guys could donate to help the shelter and all. But Teddy, Sir Teddy, he is a knight. But yeah, so I really like this, so thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy. So we are about to get into reading for the day. We are starting on page 357, so we are hopefully, oh yeah, I forgot that pen doesn't work. Where's my working pen? 357. So we are hopefully going to finish the book today, maybe even in this reading sprint right now, but I'm not sure. There's like maybe like 30 minutes left of it, so realistically I should be able to finish it in this sprint, but stuff happens. So I don't want to confirm like we are finishing it in this reading sprint, because I do not know for a fact if that's going to happen or not, but we are going to be starting this. And then I do need to write a book review, which just won't be a published book review. It may get published at some point, but it's for the script for my video. The video will go up first before it ever goes on my blog. My eye thing is falling. So yeah, that's what is today? That's Thursday so far for you. I'll catch up with y'all later. Okay guys, so we have finished the book. It is a 2-star, so I'm going to write my little review and then upload like some of it to Goodreads, and then I don't know what, I'm gonna go to Taco Bell at some point, and I need to find out what fantasy book I'm going to read next. And then we'll get into Book Lovers by Emily Henry in the 6 o'clock hour. Alright, so here are my final thoughts on it. So like the majority of young adult fantasy novels, the characters start out flat and got more annoying as the story went on. The description of the book makes it seem like the story takes place in our world with mentions of the Silk Road, Islam, and Judaism, but that's not the case. This takes place in a Middle Eastern inspired world. The writing was the best part. The plot falls similar to other stories. It's not unique. Keep in mind this is a debut novel though, and I am not the right demographic as this is young adult and not adult, but I do think this author is a good author and has the ability to become a great one. Y'all, I was wilding. It's 6:11. I was supposed to start reading at 6, and I was just sitting there scrolling through my phone, looking at Reddit, and Google Maps, because I know Google Maps, I just saw a Target that was like in a mall. That's weird. Don't like it. So we are about to get into Book Lovers for the first time in days. We're on chapter 10, which is page 116. So let's write that down in the bullet journal. I only have to Brooklyn blogs, but we're gonna get into this. And I don't know how much we'll get read in this in the next 2 hours, and then again at 9. But I will catch up with y'all after I'm done reading. We got to page 150 in those reading sprints, which is chapter 14. So just like 2 random things. So this book isn't getting a formal review. This is a mood read, so it doesn't get the same treatment as other books because the world's unjust. No, but the chapters are long, I'm gonna say that, but I do realize that with a lot of romance books, but romance usually does read fast anyway, just because it's not like, you don't need the world building that you have in fantasy. You don't need a lot of other stuff put in, but I mean, this is still like a 4-star. Like, I am enjoying my time reading this. I'm liking it a lot. I do think there's a lot of stereotypes in here for like Southern culture. Like, she goes to a bar and the whole bar is singing Sweet Home Alabama. I'm like, what? But I don't go to bars. I mean, that may happen. So I don't know, like, I just feel like there's a lot of kind of judgment. But I mean, it wouldn't make sense for somebody from New York City to be judging people in small town North Carolina. I do think that is realistic, but still, I'm like, stop judging my culture. You can find the Tar Heels and NASCAR, 2 of my loves, thanks. But yeah, so she didn't know what Tar Heels were, and I'm like, how do you not like Michael Jordan? Went to college there. And like, I feel like it's a very nice school that people should know about, but I guess not everybody in America knows about that kind of thing. If you know what the Tar Heels are or who they are, I don't even know what it is. Like, I just know it's the mascot for a certain college, because I just told y'all to tell me if you know what they are, like if you've heard that term before, because in this it was like she had never heard that term before. So there's that. We will be picking this back up at 9. So I don't even know how many pages did we just read in that sitting. What's 50 minus 16? Well, 34. So we've read 68 pages today. So I would like to get another like 30 pages in for the day, and that will get us higher than we read yesterday. But yes, so I will be picking this back up at 9, and I might pick it up in between because, oh, Delilah is barking. But I might pick it up in between because it is a mood read, so I can just pick it up whenever. It's not like it's really serious where I have to write a review and all of that. So might pick it up, who knows. So we are done reading for the night, possibly the day. I just have to do some math here. So 90 minus 16 is 74. So plus 34. So we read 108 pages, which is awesome. Why did I write it like that? But I read 108 pages today, and this has potentially got moved up to like a 4.5. I am loving it. Yeah, I am really enjoying it, and I basically texted all my friends who like romance books. I'm like, y'all need to read this. And I feel bad for not giving Emily Henry a chance before, because she's 2 other books that are extremely popular, and I think there's a new one that came out after this one, but the beach reads and then People We Meet on Vacation, I know were very popular like last year and maybe 2020, and I feel bad for not wanting to pick them up back then. So, but now I am definitely going to have to check them out. So maybe in next week's vlog we'll buy one of them at Target if Target has them, because romance books at Target always on sale. Highly recommend going there for your romance books. So I need to put into the Goodreads what page we're on page 190, which is 48%. So we are almost at the halfway point. Really, really enjoying this. I'm gonna read more of it tomorrow, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.